Productions presents the 9 Lives World Tour, starring award-winning actress Vitelle. Join us for a matinee September 14th at 3 o'clock p.m. featuring special guest appearances by Atlanta's own Garrett Patterson and Carolyn Jones. Part movie, part live performance. This one-woman show is taking the world by storm. Vitelle plays 9 different characters that each tell the story of her triumphant testimony. This show is for people who are ready to heal, dealing with topics such as homelessness, domestic violence, human trafficking, depression, and even suicide. This show is changing lives all across the globe. It sheds light on the harsh reality of trauma and is proof that you can overcome and break the stronghold. Tickets are available at 9livesmatinee.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets now, but hurry because space is limited. For sponsorship or vendor opportunities, call 678-709-8505. Be there.
All right, y'all. Hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another episode of the Queen Mimi Podcast on another edition of our Sunday Positivity Talk. Thank you to everyone for joining us. What you guys just saw is a real good friend of mine. She is in the A, y'all. That was from the Lives matinee that's coming up the weekend of my birthday, y'all. Mine's on the 13th, so it's going to be the weekend of my birthday. This young lady is about as busy as we are, y'all, doing everything, entertaining, speaking, an advocate that continues to make a global impact. That's why we want to work with her, and we will be a part of US3 Productions, you guys. So we're getting info, we're getting tips, we're getting help, advice, and we're going to get in where we fit in, keep this moving, and we're going to keep it going. Her one-woman show is a testament to her strength and resilience. This young lady has had multiple sold-out performances, you guys, and this show touches topics such as domestic violence, homelessness, addiction, abuse, all things that we ourselves have dealt with. So without further ado, we're going to bring Miss Vitelle to the stage. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How you been?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm excited and happy early birthday.
Thank you. Virgo season in the building. Who we got coming already? Let's see who we got. Oh, Joyce. Hello, Joyce. Morning. Thank you for joining me. How you doing, sis? So of course we're gonna do that real fast. But yes, been doing good. I see you still at it. I've been getting all the texts from US3 Productions about what you guys have been having.
Absolutely. Taking it to the next level every day.
Yes, that's what we're going to do. And we was like, let me just link up with this girl because we met a couple times in Atlanta. I saw everything you had going on. Like, just good as busy as me, y'all. Y'all think I'm busy? She is busy doing everything. Being a mom, entertainer, mentor, we can go down the list. So, girl, how are you doing all this? Because I know you got to have a schedule. Tell us
my God,
where you're from. I already know.
Right.
Else, you know what I'm saying? Who you are, where you're from, what you do. I'm gonna let you have the stage, girl.
Yes. No, so like she said, my name is Vitelle. I'm an actress first, actress, model, producer, director. I kind of do it all. Like she mentioned, I have a production company now, TheQueenMimiPodcast Productions, which Queen is a part of now. I'm so excited for that. I see a few people jumping on that are also a part of the team. So yeah, I mean, how do I do it all? Really, we're scaling right now because it was becoming impossible for me to do it all between 8 kids, 5 businesses. You know, the whole production company is just a lot. So really growing this year, taking it to the next level, and hiring people. That's really where we're at right now. We have to start delegating, and so we have about 40 team members now, and we're just delegating out all of these responsibilities, all of these hats I've worn for so long myself. I now have an amazing personal assistant, and together we're making it happen. So it's definitely a team effort. I cannot do it on my own.
Oh, I already know I'm doing everything by myself, promoting and posting and live stream and videos. So I need me a team. Real talk. But like I said, we watched everything you have going on. And
right.
So no, like really so impressed with everything. And I'm like, I want to get to her level. Like we in our own little lane, don't get us wrong. But we want to take it to the next level. So we were saying a second ago, that's why we want to team up with you and see what happens, because you never
Yeah.
know. And what motivates you to get up? Because we know you said, you have so much going on. You ever get a break? You ever, take a little me time or anything?
Not really.
No?
So today is what I would consider a day off for me. So I really don't have any days off, but I am taking some me time today. I'm traveling right now. I can tell I'm in a hotel from the background. So I'm in a hotel room that's got a jacuzzi tub, and that's going to be my mental break this evening that I'm looking forward to. So even though I don't take any days off, I definitely have to make sure that I find those times to take moments off. And step away for a minute and regroup and take care of myself, because that's really the only way that I would be able to do most. What gets me up in the morning is really them babies, them 8 babies of mine, my children, my nieces and nephews. It's just we call them the great 8, and so they're really what drives me today to work this hard, because the time that I get to spend with them, that I'm able to take on when I want to spend time with them and still juggle my business at the same time. So it's really not off, but still spending quality time that I would have never thought before that I'd be able to do. I just took them all to Universal Studios last month, so it was just that was amazing, and that's what makes the payoff worth all the hard work, is when I can do things like that. So
Yeah. We have 4. And now we're grandmothers, so we understand fully where you're coming from, juggling all that. When we first started doing modeling and music, had to take them with us sometimes. We took those times to go to the beach or just have some family time. And the mental, that's so important with everything we have going on. You have to take that. We take one day off a week, we don't do anything, period. And we think that's really important. I don't care if you got to squeeze it in there somewhere. Just y'all make sure y'all doing that, and obviously you doing that as well. So we know 9 Lives matinee is coming up September 14th. If you guys don't have your tickets, they're still on sale, correct, Vitelle?
yes, there is still some tickets available.
Yes, so make sure you guys, we're going to put the flyer up in a little bit, so make sure you guys get in contact with her. If you can't, get in touch with me. I got y'all. Tell us a little bit about 9 Lives, where it started, about I know you have some personal experiences with that as well. Share with us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. 9 Lives is a show. It came to be a one-woman show during the pandemic, because at that time I wasn't able to hire actors I normally would and do this big production. I kind of had to shut everything down. So like everybody else, I worked my way around it, and I made this one-woman show where I was playing all 9 of the characters and able to tell my story. I started doing it virtually on Zoom, and then the world opened back up. I was starting to go to places to do the show and requests to come to different cities perform it. So I've performed it 14 times live. This will be the 14th time on September 14th. So I'm really excited about that. And it's available, I'm available for booking anywhere. So always request the show to come to you. But it is a one-woman show, and I'll show you the characters here so you can see and get a visual with that. I different characters, and each one of these characters represents a different type of trauma that I have actually personal experience. So everything from homelessness, domestic violence, depression, suicide, you name it, I've had some experience with these things, and so now it's just one way to just tell my story and travel the world, just helping people. That's what I do every day, and it's amazing feedback I'm getting, especially in seasons I have. When is me just that's another thing that really could go in and getting up in the morning, is that the feedback from the people that it's making a difference. So that's what the show's all about. And I definitely encourage y'all to come and catch it in Atlanta if you can. If you can't, request me to come to your city. We can bring the show to you. So.
Have you been to Chicago yet?
I haven't been to Chicago yet. No, definitely. I have a few people ask me if I'm doing it. So maybe the audience there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see. I've only been here a couple of years, so we have to see. But we're gonna have to bring you to the city because I need to see that. I've heard great reviews about it, and I've seen it before. Yeah, we definitely got to get that together.
Okay,
we definitely got to get that together. Share with us a little bit of your background and what motivated you to start US3 Productions. Tell us about that, of course, because I said your girls are part of it now, so we're on the team. And
yes.
I know you said you experienced a little bit of homelessness and things like that as well.
Yes, so US3 Productions, I started because you know, like you said, I do so many different things and publishing the book and just all these different hats I was wearing. And so to put everything kind of into one package, that's what made me start US3 Productions, because I'm producing everything as it is. So just to build that team and house everything under one roof. And so it's the US3 Productions comes from us three, meaning me and my two sisters. At the time when the idea first came to my mind, it was always us three, me and my two sisters. And then as I got older, I had my own kids. I had my two boys. It was always us three, me and my two boys. And then I think about the way God operates in three, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So it's like us three. So I was like, this name just fits perfectly. And I'm the type of person, I couldn't call it Vitelle Productions. Like, I just don't like to put my name on stuff. So I like to just kind of hide behind it when it comes to my production company or anything that I'm doing out in the open. I like to hide behind it. So that's why I named it us three.
Yeah.
So, and as far, I think there was a second part to your question as far as the homelessness. Yeah, so when I say it was us three, so me, my two boys, and I was married at the time, actually lived in our car homeless. But even prior to that, I experienced homelessness as a child, living in shelter with my mother. But I didn't realize at that time that, you know, it was homeless. I didn't realize the impact or how heavy homelessness is, because I wasn't the one. I wasn't the parent. I wasn't the one having to carry the weight. So I didn't, you know, I just got through each day and didn't realize how impactful it was until as an adult. Then I became homeless with my own kids. And then it really hit hard. Like, okay. And of course, for them, I made it like an adventure so it wouldn't traumatize them, so they wouldn't feel like they were experiencing being homeless. So that's kind of what I did there. And I asked them, even now, they're teenagers now. They were like 4, 5, and 6 at the time. And so I asked them now, like, how do you feel about the situation? Do you remember this? Like, I on pictures and see what parts they remember, and how did they feel at that time? And they'll tell me, like, they were happy, they were having fun. Like, all their pictures are just happy. It's just the happiest time of our lives. We spent more quality time together, you know, because everybody wasn't coming in the house and going to their rooms on their devices. Like, we were all just there together. So it really was some of the happiest times of our lives was during homelessness. It's the crazy part.
Yeah, went through the same thing actually. Mentioned earlier, we have 4 kids ourselves, so we would take them to the park or to like the library and try to take their minds off that, because went through it ourselves, and you never, like you just said, you never really know the impact it could have, and they never remember the bad times. I thought the same thing. My kids were like, "Mom, you know, we was good. You know, you made sure."
Right, exactly.
And you like, oh my God, I'm the worst mother in the world. Like, what the hell? Like, how did I get here? And it can happen in, oh my God, so many different ways. And we looking at it from the negative, like, perspective. And I love you said that, like, your kids like, Mom, we enjoyed it.
Right.
You know, we was happy. It wasn't in the best of, you know, circumstances, but we was happy. You know, we had somebody with us, and even people that experienced that, they still don't have anyone around them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made it easier.
Yeah.
We can say
that was the main thing. Like, they always had everything they need. All you really need is food, love, water. You know, they never lacked anything at that time. So
Went to school.
Didn't have was a roof over their head, but we had the car, and that's what it was at that time. And I used to tell them, like, we live everywhere. Like, so we would go to the beach. We drove to Florida at one point when it got cold up north. We drove down there to stay in where the heat was, and we would live on the beach. Like, so we're like, we're rich. Like, in our minds, we're trying to manifest that. Like, we're rich. We can live on the beach. We live anywhere we want in the world.
Yep, and you make the best of it. So that's how they look at, like a little, travel journey.
Exactly.
And that's one thing, we love with our kids. But of course, they are older now, and we did the same thing. And it was like, they didn't remember the bad things. They just remember, us being together, and we would laugh and reminisce. Mom, when we went to the library and you did X, Y, Z and stuff, and it just helps so much. And we say that to say that's one of the many things that made us want to join up with you, because we seem to be on the same path and the same mentality, if you will, taking our story and helping young women, older women, period, no matter what race you're from, overcome any obstacle or anything that they've been through. And they think, this is it. This is not going to get any better. I can't do any better. And that's one of the things with our show. Well, you're looking at living proof. Just going to slide this in. Went through a lot in Atlanta. We're just going to leave that at that. And that's what made us do a whole 360 and change our whole entire life and kind of seclude ourselves, if you will, while we was getting ourselves together, getting back on our feet. And like we said, doing a lot better now. And I know you had to do the same thing. What was, and feel free to disclose whatever you're comfortable with, what was the breaking point in your life over the past couple of years that made you really, like I said, you're working already, so what was the thing that, like, this isn't it, this isn't working, I gotta do better, I gotta keep going? 3 words we said we're gonna use this year, no matter what. No matter what happens, no matter how ugly it gets. What was the point for you?
So people often ask me what the breaking point was, and honestly, there was no one breaking point. I feel like there was many breaking points, and I think for a lot of people that's the case, and that's why people don't allow themselves grace or be patient with themselves as they're going through the process, because they feel like, okay, I reached my breaking point, and then I tried this, and then I failed again, and so now I'm just a failure. Like, no, people try and fail all the time over again, so you can reach that breaking point many times and start doing everything completely new, and then maybe reach another breaking point. And that's how it was for me. It's like, there was plenty of breaking points between, heartbreak is often a breaking point. I went through multiple divorces, I've been divorced twice. So, that experience, and then even getting engaged, and then, ended up calling it off. And it's like the heartbreak consistently. It's like when you go through that, then you do a 360 at that point. And I got things differently. I got to start focusing on me. I got to really get along with God and see what is it that you want me to do, not what a man wants me to do, and focusing on that. And so that's happened multiple times. And I feel like each time you get stronger, I'm speaking for myself. Each time I got stronger, each time, I learned something new. And so you don't regret those experiences or those breaking points. You just learn from them and grow from them. And it's like, okay, this was a good thing. This is, if I had a chance to go back, I wouldn't change a thing, because everything I learned from and grew from. So, those were a lot of my breaking points. And then, of course, being homeless, I remember there was no set breaking point for that. It was like, it's not like suddenly you're homeless and then that's your breaking point. It was like the whole process of going through that was breaking during that process. And I remember nights just like laying in the car and looking at the star and, just thinking like, is this the lowest point? But then also shifting to being grateful and realizing this isn't actually the lowest point. Like, I could be in a cardboard box on the streets. I could not have a car even to sleep in, like I could, it's a lot of things that could be, but it's not. So I start really looking at the things that I'm grateful for, the things that I do have, and focusing on the positive. And then when you start to do that, then you start to grow more in that, rather than looking at lack and staying there. So, there was so many breaking points, and I feel like just remaining alone right now, remaining like focused on the mission, not letting anyone distract me. Like, we reach our breaking points with people. Like, people will consistently hurt us. It's not like one person hurt us and now we're not the same. Like, no, multiple people probably hurt us throughout life. And then each time we pull back, we distance ourselves from people. We're a lot more cautious and careful when dating and when vetting people, and we know certain things to look for. Like, we're all just learning constantly throughout all our relationships, all our opportunities, businesses, jobs that we have. All of those things all factor in to that growth, and just getting to a place where you're staying in that growth. Like, I feel like I'm in a place now where I'm staying in that growth area. I'm constantly growing each day. Things don't happen to me anymore. I don't allow people to do things to me. Like, I give people an opportunity to show up in a good way that's going to affect my life positively, but I don't allow them to I cut them off quickly. I'm quick at cutting people off now because of my experiences leading up to this point. So again, no real breaking point, but consistent breaking points that change the direction, get you heading in the right direction.
See, that's what I was talking about earlier, because I swear your story sounds so much similar to mine. I promise you, I'm not just saying that. Multiple heartbreaks, multiple physical altercations, homeless numerous times, and we are married now, but we still have gone through all that. But everything we believed, I don't care how ugly it is, it happens for a reason. And a lot of us will allow it to make us bitter instead of better. We got just sick and tired. Just being real, just going through the same stuff over and over again. It was like, okay, it's time to do something different. Let's reinvent ourselves. Let's go to the other side where we can have some peace, some sanity, and just focus on the things that we love to do. Keep putting it on the back burner, you know what I'm saying? I get to it later. I'll do this later for a man. Like, and you get sick of that. And then you learn that your star player, the one you're looking at in the mirror, that's the one you got to worry about. You came into this world by yourself, you're going to leave by yourself. And your story sounds so much similar to mine. That's why we love teaming up with you so much. Like I said, we can't say that enough. And now, through everything we have going on, want to be a living, talking, walking testimony. And we know you on the same thing. And we love it. We love it. And you have to do better. We love the mission that you guys have, to be different. Be who you are. Screw up the world says. And you seem, we know this personally, like a very genuine, down-to-earth person that wants to help people. And that's one of the main reasons. Like, we got so many reasons, but what advice can you give? Because we do this all the time on our show. What advice can you give to anyone that's out there going through that, male, female, whatever, young, old, that how can we say, is feeling at their lowest point? That's feeling like they can't get out of that relationship, that situation, that they can't do better.
I would say just to understand that the circumstance is temporary. You're not going to be long. I like to say storms don't last forever. And we hear that a lot, and it's true. It's like when you're going through a storm, just understand that that's where you are now. And it's a temporary situation. Sometimes you just got to ride it out, ride the wave, and just get through it. Just understand that at some point it's going to be over. It's going to get better. And, especially if you're at that real breaking point, that lowest point, that worst moment, then you can really understand that there's a way to go except for up from here. So if there's nowhere to go but up, then you start to just look that direction, right? So that's
what
who are at the low point, like where to go here.
That's the beautiful part about being at the bottom. Ain't nowhere to go but up. So that's what we got tired. Like,
Exactly.
but we have to fix that. So what we're gonna do, you guys, is we're gonna play a promo for 9 Lives for the matinee that's coming up on September 14th. And when we come back, we're gonna get into more. I want to help out these 8 characters that you got going on, sis.
Yes.
So we're gonna play it real fast, and we're gonna be right back, you guys. All right.
Us 3 Productions presents the 9 Lives World Tour, starring award-winning actress Vitelle. Join us for a matinee September 14th at 3 o'clock p.m. featuring special guest appearances by Atlanta's own Garrett Patterson and Carolyn Jones. Part movie, part live performance. This one-woman show is taking the world by storm. Vitelle plays 9 different characters that each tell the story of her triumphant testimony. This show is for people who are ready to heal, dealing with topics such as homelessness, domestic violence, human trafficking, depression, and even suicide. This show is changing lives all across the globe. It sheds light on the harsh reality of trauma and is proof that you can overcome and break the stronghold. Tickets are available at 9livesmatinee.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets now, but hurry because space is limited. For sponsorship or vendor opportunities, call 678-709-8505. Be there.
All right, y'all. Just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi podcast. Of course, we have our girl, Miss Vitelle, in the building. Okay, sis.
Yes, that commercial makes me so excited.
I love that.
I love it.
Okay, so tell us about these 8 characters, girl, because I know you say you did during COVID. So tell us about these 8 characters and how they came about. Explain that.
9 characters.
9. Okay,
9.
I ain't saying one. I think I've done 3 at the most, girl. How you do 9?
One more. No, the number fluctuates all the time. And so so yeah, so like I mentioned, the 9 characters actually again they each represent a different trauma. I'll show you guys just again so you can get a visual. So you've got someone that represents homelessness, so just with that specific character, there you go, that's it on the screen there. So just that character, like for example the one right in the middle, she just represents homelessness, and that's when I talk about that part of my story. So the process in creating these characters was very unique. I basically like laid out all of my wigs, my outfits, all of my stuff to just put out on the bed and started really thinking through my life and the things that I've been through. It was really a healing process in itself, just to go through creating these characters. And so I took some sticky notes and I started just breaking down like, okay, this is when I went through domestic violence. This is when I went through divorce. This was depression. I ended up separating depression and suicide because I felt like the suicide thing is something that's not addressed enough. People don't like to talk about that. So I separated that and put it in its own person and its own specific expression of what suicide is that can go along with depression. A lot of times these things, they show up together. So they all kind of go hand in hand, but that one is a whole separate one in itself. Even human trafficking as well. Childhood trauma and experiences, one of the characters. And colorism. I would have to look because I was like, I'll lose track. Like there's so many of them. Okay. So, so colorism is also one well that I talk about in there. So yeah, each one of the characters covers a different topic, and I'm just always so amazed at how people relate to each character. Like every single person that comes to the show finds something in one of these characters that's like, you know what, that's me. Like I can relate to that a little too much, and it's been surprising when I hear the testimonials at the end. They'll be like, they'll name them Brandy. I'm Brandy, and and so another great thing about all the characters is that they all have different personalities, different demeanors, different like the way that they sit, the accent, even the tone of the voice, everything fluctuates between all the characters. and so it was just fun to play with them. I just took my time with each one. I dressed as that person, and as I was getting dressed, I kind of practice their tone and their demeanor and how they are. I really try to take a moment with each topic to sit with that. Like, okay, if I'm going to talk about divorce right now, I have to sit and really think about the experiences throughout my life that I have experienced divorce and talk about it as that character. And so that was not easy, but it was also fun, and it was also healing, even through that whole process. So yeah, so that's just a little bit about those characters.
Okay, so I also noticed on the flyer you got Miss Carolyn Jones and of course our boy Garrett. They're gonna be a part of the show as well.
Yes, absolutely. So that was something that was added. Like I said, once the world opened back up after the pandemic, I ended up adding that it's kind of like an intermission. So their part of the play is very impactful. I don't want to tell y'all too much about what they do, but I'll just say that we always incorporate different types of art, not just acting. So we always have film and stage, and then sometimes there's dance and music and all this stuff going on. So so that's really incorporated into their part as well. So I'm really excited to have them on board. When Miss Carolyn first presented the idea to me, I was a little standoffish about it because I was like, "How you just gonna write something up into my show?" That human side kicked in a little bit at first, but then I thought, I had to really pray and remember this is not my show anyway. So, okay, Lord, this show, because, so I had to really go to him about that. That's clearly exactly how it would play. And that's exactly what, like, the way I could not have wrote that into there when the first time that we did the show together, me and Miss Carolyn, and even Garrett's part, like all of it was just like, we did not rehearse. We did not really plan it out. We had a discussion. There was a discussion had, but for the most part, it was everybody in prayer in their own prayer, and then bam, we come together, and then this just happened. And when you watch the playback of the first show, it's like, what the heck? How did that even happen that way? Like, we didn't rehearse together, but at some point, and we didn't even discuss me dancing at all. I was not supposed to dance at all. But at some point, it just hit me that I needed to dance with her, and I flowed with her so effortlessly, like we were doing the same moves. And still to this day, I'll look back at the first video and like, ain't no way. Like, we're not even next to each other. You can't even, we're not looking at each other. My eyes closed most of the time, like, and we're doing the same movements at the same time. It looked like we choreographed the whole thing. And that's how I knew, like, okay, this is God's show. I don't have nothing to do with this. Like, I just show up. So yeah, so that part is just amazing. And then even with Garrett, he plays a role as my spouse in a scene. And so our part is, again, not choreographed, completely improvised, but it always happens the way it's supposed to happen. And that's why it's like, I can't really even spoil it because I can't tell you too much because I don't even know what's going to happen. Like, by the time the show, it be totally new to me, guys. Like, but it always is amazing. There's people who come to the show multiple times, just seeing something different every single time. So I love that we've added them to this.
Yeah, Joyce, what Joyce say? Y'all are phenomenal actors, girl. Of course, like I said, we know ourselves, so we already know. My favorite people, y'all are phenomenal actors. Thank you, Joyce, for hanging out with us. Oh, said something about the babies. I love it. The Great Eight. I like that.
Don't tell them the Great Eight.
The Great Eight. That's what keeps you going, correct? That's one of the many things. Your babies, your kids. So, okay. We done talked about 9 Lives matinee, September 14th. Y'all get your tickets now. Hit me up. Hit Miss Vitelle. Where can they find you at before we get out of here?
Yes, you guys can find me at vitelle.net. I made it super easy for you. Everything is right there. All my social media. You can subscribe on my website to stay in the loop with what's going on. Again, that's vitelle.net. Also, you can text me, of course. Have a text blast list now where I can really keep in touch. Those are my VIPs, So go ahead and text me at 770-626-5075. Again, that is 770-626-5075. You guys shoot me a text and make sure you add your contact information, and I will keep you in the loop with everything that's going on. I even do giveaways and all kind of stuff through that number.
All right, y'all heard yourself. So Miss Multi-talented, ATL's hottest, almost forgot about that because we seen you win a couple of them. And ask you about that real fast when we got here. What was that like?
With ATL's hottest?
You're winning.
Oh, no, that was
one. Like, what was that like?
Oh no, that was great. So shout out to Bryant, ATL's hottest. Bryant and Kendra are Mr. and Mrs. ATL's hottest right now. It's just nice to have that with them coming from leaving my family behind and moving to Atlanta. That was my adopted family, and so we've just been together all this time. And so of course being nominated even is great. Someone takes the time to nominate you for an award show or anything like that. But then of course winning is awesome. I enjoy winning, but more than anything, I enjoy having that family, or sometimes we call them family, the film family, that is always supportive. They'll show up to your stuff, you show up to theirs, and it's just a great community here in Atlanta. So I love that.
Definitely. And I just asked that because I know that's have to pay off. All your hard work, everything you've gone through. Like I said, we witnessed it. Hopefully in the future, we're going to keep our fingers crossed, might get one ourselves. We're going to see, because we're definitely going to be in Atlanta, y'all, with USD Productions, promoting, supporting, doing everything. Like I said, Vitelle, you got my number, so let me know what I need to do. Very, very excited about being a part of the production agency, you guys. We're going to see where we fit in. Vitelle, vice versa. And that was our big announcement. We didn't say anything yet, but we wanted to make that announcement while we have Vitelle on the show. So we will be a part of US3 Productions. We're going to be appearing in Atlanta, live stream, Zoom, text, email, whatever we need to do. So we've partnered with people before, and of course, those things fell through. But like we were saying earlier, we really feel like we're on the same mentality, we're on the same path, and we want to do the same thing. Help the world, save the world, however remote, however small. We learned, and we know you do as well, that you're not a victim. You can be victorious, you can be a victor. And we didn't share this, but our journey is through Islam. We're following Islam now, and it helped us to heal and just accept a lot of things that we messed up at, and things that we have to fix, and be the best version ever that we can possibly be. And of course, you're still gonna go through things. Life's still gonna hit you. Nobody's special when it comes to that, unfortunately. I wish. But just learning to keep going, no matter what. And we love your story. And gonna be a little corny to say, but one of our inspirations to be better. So like we said, we're not just saying that. We don't say that to a lot of people, but we see people's hustle and their drive and their motivation, and we love that. So thank you for bringing us on board. Thank you for coming to hang out with us today. We know you got 1,001 things. Get some rest, girl. If you're a little on a little bit, but I said we gotta get out here. You gotta keep working. So what Joyce said, we need to say, yes, we do. We need to save it. We need to save the world. That's what we're gonna do with our show with US3, with our girl Vitelle, of course Joyce as well, and let's go. We're gonna see what happens. So thank you, Vitelle, once again for coming on the show. Definitely enjoy having you on. You ever want to come back, you already know, say the word. And of course, we got you. Your book, before we get off of here, cannot leave without mentioning that. Please tell us about your book. Cannot get off here right here.
Yes, so I know, how do we not mention that? Because the show actually comes from the book. So this is the book, I Am a Poetic Ensemble. You guys can get a copy of it from my website, but you can also hit up your girl Queen Mimi to get a copy right there. Okay, you can get one straight from her. Okay, so yes, hit her up directly. She's on the team, so she will have copies as well. And yeah, it's a memoir, story of my life. So I'm trying to get the glare off of there so you guys can see. So it's written in poetry format. It is also a self-help. So anyone who has been through any of the topics that I discuss in here or has any similarities to my story can check out the back, the notes and references, so you can get some information to heal, how to overcome, how to get the help that you need, and all of those things. So definitely check that out.
And we did read the book, you guys. It is worth purchasing. It is worth buying. Like real talk, we write poetry as well, but it is worth buying. You need motivation, uplift yourself, and we love poetry anyway. So that was no brainer. But go get it. Hit me up. I got you. I ain't my copy too, Vitelle. I have no I don't know what I did with my book. And I remember you signed it for. I'm like, oh my God, this girl gonna think I done lost the book, which I did.
No, you're fine. Look at it. Look at it.
But I need mine. I want a copy. Hit me up. I got you. I almost forgot that. And girl, I'm going off like 5 hours of sleep too. So I'm like, I gotta get back out here to work later on.
5 hours is a luxury. I'm like, yay! I get 5 whole hours. This is like, I'd be excited.
Yeah, who you telling? But, yeah, we want to take up too much more of your time. I know you got stuff to go do. I got hit with myself. I'm so tired, but we're gonna get it in. But
I appreciate you having
me. Guys, thank you, Joyce, part of USD Productions family as well. Correct.
Yep, that's us 3 productions. That's Joyce right there.
Okay, just want to make sure. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. We're gonna take a break and come back and finish up the rest of our Sunday positivity talk. Probably just go ahead and run our mouth for a few minutes, then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. But thank you, Vitelle. We like to have our guests leave with a few words of positivity and motivation. So if you wouldn't mind, give everybody a little bit of, your tidbits, if you will, and motivation for the day.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna just tell everybody today to just keep on pushing. That you can start somewhere. Don't feel like you gotta wait till you get enough money or you get enough equipment or you get enough people working for you or whatever you're sitting there waiting for. Like, what are you waiting for? Just start now. Put one foot in front of the other, start walking forward and keep on pressing forward. You're gonna get where you're trying to get. That's all I got to say for you today.
And stay in your lane. What about the person doing this? I'm just saying, because we always do that. That's what I used to do. Like, well, I ain't doing as good as them. Like, well, I'm not. Who cares? Just keep doing what you're doing. Be you. Be authentic. You ain't got to be a copy, but just be you. That's what we want to link up with this time around. Right. Real authentic people. That's not just pay me and you don't see results. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think smarter. Think smarter than that. But yes, just to piggyback off what Vitelle said, we're gonna go ahead and get out here and come back and finish running our mouth. Yeah, no matter what, like we always say, no matter what, I don't care how ugly it gets, how bad it gets, what you got to go through, how bad do you want it, how bad do you want to be better, and not that you have anything to prove, because you don't, but you want to do better, you got to do better. It's on you. Don't wait for nobody else. So that's it. That's all. So what we're going to do, y'all, is take a break, and we're going to play some music, and we produce now as well by us. We produce our own music along with writing. So just upgraded a couple things. Hubby he's been the best. Like, he don't like to take the credit, but I give it to him anyway. He's helped me so much and made me so much better, like real talk. And hopefully you guys will get to meet. We come to Atlanta because he's been there as well. So we would love for y'all to meet. And like we said, we're going to take it to the next level, but we're going to go ahead and get out of here, you guys, and shut up and play some music. And we'll be back on the Queen Mimi podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. Thank you again, Vitelle. Get some rest, girl. And we definitely going to talk. Get some rest.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
You too. All right, y'all. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. Shout out to our girl Vitelle for coming through once again and hanging out with us. Like we said, y'all, we was going off a couple hours of sleep. So, we pushed through. We definitely like to keep our word when we definitely have people, on the show and whatnot. So we definitely pushed through. We definitely enjoyed ourselves. So like we said, you guys, yes, we're gonna get some logos and everything moving forward. But yes, we are a part of US3 Productions. We don't have an official title yet, but like we said, we just joined the production team and the family, of course. And of course, as we go on and on, y'all know we're gonna keep you updated on everything we have going on, what our official title will be. And we will be touching down in the A for a few events. So we're gonna probably be traveling by bus, y'all. To keep it real. But yeah, we definitely gonna be touching down. We want to see if we can go up there for the Nine Lives thing in September. Like we said, that's the weekend of our birthday. But we gonna of course see what our finances allow us to do, and we definitely gonna be at the next one and different events moving forward. So yes, we are definitely excited about this partnership. Like we said, partnered up with people before, didn't work out, fell through for whatever reason. So like we said, this time around, we just real picky and real selective with who we, connect and network with. And like we said, we were not just saying that because we had her on the show. We met Vitelle a few times when we were in Atlanta, and she seemed like real down to earth, real cool, real honest, straightforward, and just on the same wavelength, on the same path, and on the same mentality as we are. So we definitely want to partner, and network with people that are like-minded and not just here with their hand held out for our dang on money and, ain't producing no product or no results or anything. But we see how hard she works and whatnot. And we work hard as well, along with driving around doing DoorDash all day. So we definitely be doing the same thing, and we want to connect with people that are, what I'm saying, not just sitting here talking. And my social media bigger than yours, and you ain't getting as many views because we watch that. Everybody does. I don't know one person who doesn't. But yeah, very, very excited about that. So we have so many things going on, so much, y'all, and we were talking about to Vitelle about overcoming trauma, overcoming adversity, overcoming struggle, and just doing better. And that's one of the many things. We knew a little bit about her story, but we did actually learn a couple new things today about her as well, which is wonderful because you never can learn too much about anybody, especially when y'all gonna be on the same family and working together. So yeah, and overcoming and going through that, and we swear y'all, like, no lie, we couple things that's different, but been through the same just about things as she has. So we know and we can definitely relate, when you have multiple, we didn't even think about that. We always thought it was one for us, but when you have multiple, like breaking points, and you just be like, enough is enough. Like, what in the world? I have got to do better. I have got to do better. I know there's got to be better, more better out here in the world than this, and we always look for it in, other people and acceptance, confirmation, all that. And when we don't get it, like, we real disappointed. We're very disappointed and we feel let down when we should have been looking within, ourselves. So we just say everything to say, you gotta take some self accountability. You got to what role did I play in my life going completely sideways and my life going completely wrong? So we gotta take that responsibility. And like we said, no matter what, we don't care what you done been through, how bad you done messed up, and like you sit here feeling like you ain't never gonna come out of it, and everybody gonna judge you for the rest of your life and all that, which they will. But who's it gonna be up to? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to change and be the best version ever that you can possibly be in your life? Only person that can control that is you, and change that is you. So that's it. That's all. So like we said, talked about some of the same things, you guys. For those that's just joining, been through some similar situations and overcame it. And those are kind of people we want to connect with, work with, and network with. Not people that can't even relate or even talk their way out of a dang on paper bag. Like, for real. You know what we're saying? You have to experience that. You got to learn it. You got to know it. And especially, being a mother is twice as crazy. It's twice as hard. Just like we talk with her, we think that our kids remember the bad parts of, being homeless and going through any kind of trauma or whatnot. No, they remember the good times. And so do we, about a lot of things we've been through. Majority we have deleted, but we remember a lot of things about what we've been through. So, with all that being said, you guys, we are about to go ahead and get out of here. Chill for a little bit, then we got to get out here and get to work ourselves and get this money, y'all. We got a whole bunch of things to do, a whole bunch of things to take care of. That's why we was telling Vitelle, like, we got to take that one day off during the week for our brain, everything. So we're going to get out here and get to work and do what we got to do. So that's it. That's all. So first and foremost, you guys are going to give you all our social media, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. You can check the Queen Mimi podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk this and every Sunday live, 8:30 a.m., spreading positivity and motivation. And of course, y'all know, as always, you can follow us on all major platforms. And of course, you can follow us over on our Facebook page, which is Manima Muhammad. We done accidentally deleted it for some damn reason, but it's MINIIMAH Muhammad, just like it sounds, Muhammad. And you can also follow us on our Queen Candy podcast over on our Facebook as well. So with all that being said, of course, you can go follow us over on our YouTube page, which is the Queen Mimi Podcast, our IG, which is the Queen Mimi Podcast, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Queen Mimi, over on Twitch, Queen Candy 85, and of course, y'all can follow us over on Clubhouse as well, Queen Mimi 1877. So don't forget all that, you guys. And we do the replays of our Queen Mimi podcast and, of course, our Queen Mimi radio show every Wednesday evening over on Clubhouse. So we can't forget that as well. Also, before we forget, you guys, the Queen Mimi podcast and the Queen Mimi radio show are offering independent spins for independent artists only. Radio spins for independent artists only. I told y'all we're going off a couple hours of sleep. You want to do the 2-week deal? Your music will be featured on the Queen Mimi podcast, which is $25. And if you want to do the whole month deal, which is 4 weeks, you'll be featured on the Queen Mimi podcast and the Queen Mimi radio show as well. Once again, you can follow us on our platforms, Facebook, the Queen Candy Podcast, and our Instagram. And once again, subscribe to our YouTube page, the Queen Mimi Podcast. We accept all genres of music. No, we do not accept gospel. Like we said, we are Muslim. Just let everybody know that's the only genre of music we do not accept. We don't accept anything other than clean music. And we just like to disclose that so everybody will know that as well. And of course, we changed the day we're going to be doing our Instagram. We're going to have that flyer up next week, you guys. We're going to be live every Wednesday now. Every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will not be live every Monday anymore, but we will have the new flyer up by the time we do our show next Sunday. Same vibe, you guys. We're going to talk about the same topic that we do on our Sunday Positivity Talk. 30 minutes by the hour or so, Islam, positivity, and motivation, you guys. And of course, last but not least, before we get out of here, don't forget once again to check out my girl Vitelle and her 9 Lives matinee on September 14th at 3 p.m., you guys. That will be the weekend of our birthday, y'all. We might see what our finances are like. Say we can go ahead and pull up. We're going to see. We're going to see, y'all. But yes, if you guys want to get tickets, you can go to 9livesmatinee.eventbrite.com, or you can text Vitelle directly 770-626-5075, or you guys can contact us if you are in the Atlanta area, of course, or you plan on traveling there. Contact us, hit us up as well. Any sponsorship opportunities, you guys can hit us up regarding that as well, and we will forward your information over to Vitelle, and of course you guys will sit down and have a meeting. Any books, any merch, anything that you guys need from US3 Productions, you can go to the website, or you can go to www.vitelle.net, or you can just take the easy one and contact us directly. Like we said, we got y'all. So I ain't got to worry about that. But yes, make sure y'all check that out. Tickets are still on sale, you guys. So make sure you go get them now. And of course, like we said, we will talk to you guys once again Tuesday on our Queen Mimi radio show. We're going to be giving an update about our girl, Sonya Massey. We didn't get a chance to do our show last week because we did have to work, you guys. But we're going to be giving an update on that. So make sure y'all please come through and check that out. Okay. So last but not least, you guys, we're going to go ahead. We're going to play the promo for 9 Lives once again, you guys, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We're about to get out here and get to work as well. Thank you guys for joining in with us. Thank you, Joyce, once again for coming through to hang out with us. Very much appreciated, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Us 3 Productions presents the 9 Lives World Tour, starring award-winning actress Vitelle. Join us for a matinee September 14th at 3 o'clock p.m. featuring special guest appearances by Atlanta's own Garrett Patterson and Carolyn Jones. Part movie, part live performance. This one-woman show is taking the world by storm. Vitelle plays 9 different characters that each tell the story of her triumphant testimony. This show is for people who are ready to heal, dealing with topics such as homelessness, domestic violence, human trafficking, depression, and even suicide. This show is changing lives all across the globe. It sheds light on the harsh reality of trauma and is proof that you can overcome and break the stronghold. Tickets are available at 9livesmatinee.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets now, but hurry because space is limited. For sponsorship or vendor opportunities, call 678-709